Happy because I have Greystone Programs in the house, and I have Angela Lehman, right?
Yes, Angela Lehman.
Lehman. All right. Well, good to have you here. Happy,
Thank
healthy
you.
New Year.
Yes, it's a good new year. Hopefully 2024 brings us...
I think it's going to be a great year. I have a really good feeling about 2024.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
I think people are kind of over what happened for the last couple of years, and they're looking to make America right again.
Yeah.
And, you can do that by doing good, which is what Greystone Programs does. So before we get into some of the incredible things that you are going forward with, tell everybody a little bit about Greystone.
Sure. Greystone Programs is a nonprofit. We are located in Dutchess County, and we have 17 group homes. We're also located in Orange County. We have 2 day programs, one in Poughkeepsie, one in Warwick, as well as employment services in both counties.
Now, do you have an adult home in Warwick on Conklin?
We do.
Yeah, I thought that was there.
Yep. We have one in Monroe, we have one in Warwick, and we have one in Montgomery.
Oh, so we pretty much right now. So who is eligible to go into those group homes?
So anyone who is 21 and above and have OPWDD Medicaid and eligibility.
What does that stand for?
So OPWDD, Office with People with Developmental Disabilities.
Okay.
And you have to have eligibility. So they have to apply to make sure that they have some sort of classification that gives them a disability. And then they have to get Medicaid in order to get on any of our services.
And they have to be functioning on a certain level that they can live in a group home, correct?
Correct. It depends. It depends on, there's a lot of things for a group home. Group home is more of just, if the need is there, there's actually it's called, used to call the CROW list. And it's basically a list that individuals can go on. It's basically off priority 3, 2, or 1 to get the open spots in a group home. So it depends on the needs of the family and the needs of the individual, and then to see which agencies have openings.
Now, how many people average are in a group home?
Years ago, it was 10 people. Now there are 6, 5, 7.
Oh, so that's great. And you have somebody there 24/7.
Yeah, there's different types of group homes. There's apartments. There's group homes that are IRA covered 24/7.
What does that mean, IRA covered?
So an IRA, individual residential is what an IRA is.
Yeah, because I don't want people to think that's an investment.
No, not at all. No IRAs there.
No.
It's just it's a term that we use in the field, but it's just an individual residence. So everyone would have their own room or maybe a shared room depending on the house's needs.
Right.
And the individuals. But it is cared for 24. There's always someone in the house.
Yeah, it's wonderful. All right, so let's talk about some of the great programs going forward that Greystone is offering.
So I'm the director of Day and Employment Services. I have, like I said, I have 2 day programs, one in Poughkeepsie, which is called Project Fame. It's our Without Walls, as well as we have employment in Wappingers, Community Prevoke, ETP, which is an employee training program through New York State. They do 90 hours of discovery. And then our hopes is an employer will take them on their books.
And what background or degree do they have to hold to be?
They don't. They just have to graduate from high school. And then everyone would have to get like I said, the OPWDD eligibility. Yeah.
Right.
Any other services that any of adult world of DD individuals, you have to have Medicaid. You have to have eligibility through OPWDD.
Okay, but to work for
Greystone. Work. Yeah, to work. So individuals that have jobs, the same thing. They would have the eligibility. That's how we would get them the services. But we have individuals in that program that are working at Hudson Regional Pharmacy in Middletown.
Oh.
So we have in our program we have 2 individuals that work at a pharmacy, 2 individuals that work at our agency. One works in Club Cool, and another individual works in as a maintenance man.
That's true. So there's jobs for everyone.
There's jobs.
How many openings do you have right now?
So that program, we have openings. It's kind of however many individuals want to come in is what we'll get the staffing for. And we're actually looking to grow our program in Orange County. We are located in Warwick there, and we're looking to start our community-based Prevoke program where they do internships and learn soft skills to get a job. You have to go into community Prevoke, and then in order to get into an independent employment, you'd have to go through other programs to get into supportive employment.
But I'm sure that's individualized.
Of course, 100%.
Yeah. And there are some people, I know that Deb Major, who I'm been close friends with and also on her board when she had xylophone. The one thing that I loved about the program is individual. It's based on the ability of the person. They're not forcing them to do something that's out of their realm, but they're encouraging them to learn new skills, which is the wonderful part. And it's kind of a fine line sometimes, but when you have skilled people who are there for the right reason, it's easy to be able to monitor that.
Exactly. It's based off everybody's needs. Everybody has a care manager. Everyone has a life plan. You at a meeting every 6 months, you have one twice a year. The families and everyone's discuss the goals. So one individual may want to go in the community and another individual may not. And then one works on technology and one works on communication skills. So really everything is dependent on the individual and what they want. What they want to do. Do they want to just be in day hab? Do they have the skills for employment? Independent job? So.
Yeah, there's requirements, but I don't think they're so strict that, look, there are many young people, and I guess what age group do you hire until? I mean, is there a cutoff age?
So every program's different. Employment is every individual that'll come into adult day services is 21. Okay. Maybe a young lady or a young gentleman is graduating at 18, they can still come in for services.
Okay, excellent.
And then also the youngest is 6-year-old for our Club Aspire program, where we're located in Warwick after school program from Monday through Friday, 3 to 6.
And where do you have that after school program? Where is
That's at 199 Kings Highway, the old Kings Elementary School.
Oh, okay. Put to good use.
Yes.
Love
we have a nice wing over there where our day program is, our Club Atlas, and we share that building well with a daycare and the Grace
I love
Community
repurposing.
Church.
Yes, it's wonderful. And, it's good for the school. It's good for the kids. It's good for the parents. I know one of the things that Deb Major was so happy when Gage, one of her sons, became independent.
Yes.
That was a moment that we both cried about. And Gage is just, I'm madly in love with him. He's such a great guy. And he's so good at everything he loves doing. He loves being independent. And as a parent, no matter whether your child is typical or not typical, that's the thing you want, is for your child to be independent and be able to, because we're not here forever.
Exactly.
By the way, folks, no one gets out of here alive. So we want to be sure that our children are able to care for themselves, because who's going to care for their child better than their parents,
Right. Yeah, it's great to teach them and have them learn all their ADL skills and, how to cook a meal or how to do their laundry and,
Tell them what ADL is. We have to interpret because most people don't know these initials.
Daily living skills.
Yeah.
So
things they should be able to know how to do.
Right. Yeah. So there's community rehabilitation, where it's a one-to-one service where individuals could get a staff to come into their home and teach them all those skills.
Oh, wonderful.
They could also go in the community and just do different activities that person wants to do. Going to get their nails done, going out to eat, go to the movies, go shopping. Anything. It's just a one-to-one service. There's also group ComHab, where maybe it's you and your friend want to do ComHab together, and you just get a staff to go out and do all those things with you.
Yeah, it's just
great.
It's just, I think what's happened in the last maybe 10 to 20 years is that the stigma is sort of being wiped out, that everybody on every level has to get respect and understanding. I mean, when you see children who are siblings of people who are, or other children who are not typical, they have the most compassion and most patience. It's just wonderful. So what it does is like God's way of saying, here, I'll teach you that, but I'll teach it to you in a different way.
Exactly.
And it's really wonderful to see the difference in the families and how they approach other people. I spoke to a young man recently he said that his family moved a lot when he was younger and he used to be mad. And now he realizes because of that, he can adjust to anything. So it's like, find the positive in what happens in life.
Any situation gets thrown at him, he's experienced that.
Exactly what his remark was. Now anything that happens, I can deal with it. I don't have any prejudice, and that's the key thing. By the way, folks, the statues taken down, names changing, doesn't mean a thing. Teach your children.
Exactly.
Parent, that's a key thing. We're going to go to our break. When we come back, by the way, there is a texting number if you want to text in a question or a comment, 845-328-0886, 328-0886. We'll be right back.
Greystone Programs is a nonprofit human services agency that provides essential services to more than 600 children, adults, and families living with autism and other developmental disabilities. Greystone Programs also provides residential support in a community environment with 17 homes in the Mid-Hudson Valley area. Greystone Programs offers exceptional care and support for a variety of programs and services. To get involved or for more information, visit greystoneprograms.org.
This is attorney Bob Krahulik of the law firm Beatty & Krahulik, the lawyer guy. Tune in every Tuesday at 12 noon for the latest legal advice and tips. We're taking calls and giving answers to all your legal questions. That's every Tuesday at 12 noon on radio worth listening to.
WTBQ.
And it's Taylor back here with Angela Lehman, and we are here with Greystone Programs. You know, how long has Greystone been around? It's a pretty long time, but the amount of programs they have are amazing, and that's all developed also as you went forward. The one thing I like also about what Greystone does is they look all the time at what they can do better, and they do that. Now, let's talk about Petals. There's an example.
Yeah, Petals from the Heart is a program that we started in Dutchess County, and we've now expanded as of October of 23 over in Orange County, which we're very excited about. It's an upcycle program for funeral flowers.
Oh.
So you know how everyone has an array of flowers at their funeral, and
what do they do with them afterward?
Exactly. A lot of the times they throw them out. So what we do with the program is we'll hand out flyer. We have a great funeral home, and Martinez Funeral Home in Middletown has been very generous to us.
Have you talked to Lazier?
We have.
Vanderplat?
Yep. We've gotten probably about 2 or so services, flowers from them, and we're expanding. But it's really great to see a lot of families, once you think about it, they just get thrown in the trash.
I know, how sad.
What we do is we upcycle them. So we take them, it's called Petals from the Heart. We upcycle and create new flower arrangements, and then we go donating them. We go drop them off at the hospital.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, drop them off at senior centers for any of our individuals who may be out sick.
Oh, that's a great program.
And we just
I love that.
Put a new smile on someone's face for some beautiful flowers.
You just put one on mine.
Yeah, that's great.
I love that idea.
Yeah, so we kind of look around for people. I check out on Facebook for all donating maybe vases after a flower arrangement they get.
Oh, good idea.
Some mason jars, and then we decorate them. We're looking to put out a business card that kind of has a QR code so they can scan. We have a video on YouTube that we created last year.
And they go to Greystone Programs on YouTube?
Yes, and they can see the Petals to Heart
It's
video.
probably on your website, too,
It
right?
is. It is on our website.
GreystonePrograms. Is it .org or .com?
It is .org.
Okay. I can't remember. But, yeah, so go there, and I'm sure you have the link to Facebook and YouTube and all those wonderful social media.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a great service. We've touched so many hearts and made so many other people smile.
Such a great idea. Love it. Yeah, because what happens with those flowers? Gosh, can you imagine the smile on somebody's faces in the hospital and maybe their relatives aren't nearby?
Exactly.
You know, and there's flowers coming in. I mean,
then we can make that connection by dropping off flowers. And then they'll, certain nursing homes in Dutchess County, we have a box, and they put the vases back in, and then we'll take them and refill them and bring them back.
Oh, I love that.
So they build that connection with those people. It's really great. It's a great program. So we're expanding it. Our Without Walls program that we created.
Tell them Without Walls what that is.
Yes, so that acronym is Without Walls. We call it WOW. It's a day program. We just created it because we are above our numbers in our site-based program, and there was a great potential of our individuals that we have at Club Atlas to be able to go in the community and be in the community for 4 or 5 hours at a time every day and do different activities. So we're just starting it out. We have probably about 10 individuals right now that are participating in the program, and it's growing. They'll go out, maybe they'll go to the gym, and they'll go to the YMCA and go for 2 days a week, go swimming or go do some workouts, bowling, different activities that they want. But then we also throw in those volunteer sites. So maybe they're going to do Meals on Wheels.
That's really important, because I know we have Anne-Marie Maglione on the air with us, who's the director of Office for the Aging.
Yes.
And we talk, and she's on the air every month with us. She has a show. Mm-hmm. And she talks about this Meals on Wheels. He said maybe the only time during the day that senior-bound person has anybody come to their door, so you find out if they're okay, if they need anything. They just want to talk for a few minutes.
And they get that connection again. They make that connection with the same group of people, see them every day.
Exactly. And then they also have a new, which may be something you want to look into, too. I love that Anne-Marie's doing this. They have something where they give you a senior's names and a phone number, and once a week call them and just say, hey, how's everything doing?
That'd be great.
Yeah, it's a senior program with, whether it's with adults or children, doesn't matter. just to call up and say hello, and I had one, I love talking to this guy. It was great every week. And then he said, oh, my girlfriend's coming over. I'm like, you don't need me.
You have someone else to see every day.
It was really fun.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. It's building the connections in the community is what we look for.
Right.
And, expanding and making those connections and having our individuals be a part of where they live. And that's kind of
right.
what we're
and
looking
knowing
for.
that people care about them.
Exactly.
That they matter. I think that what's happened in our society because of the youth-oriented, way we are moving, that we're forgetting. And for me, that's so damaging because those people have a history of what the world was before we were here. And they're handing it down from their parents and grandparents.
Exactly.
I feel that way because I was raised with all my grandparents. So, I have a healthy respect, and I loved listening to them. I wanted to hear the stories.
Exactly.
I wanted to know where I came from, what my background is. Just fun, and they love talking about it. And it's just a great relationship you build.
Yeah, it's really great building those connections and those relationships and having, like we say, you're coming to a program, you want to matter, you want to do something, you don't want to sit on the couch every day.
Right. No, don't do that.
So.
It's interesting because I know a few people that were retiring over the last few years, and I said, well, the one thing you should not do is actually retire.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe from the job you were doing every day is fine, but do something, give back, get involved in a charity. If you get a part-time job, because the more you keep your mind and body moving the more if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Exactly.
So what a great way for people who are semi-retired or retired to help out. Because you do have volunteers there too, right?
We do. We have, they can volunteer at our, we just did school break. So that's the program when schools close. We just had school break. It just ended. We had some great entertainers come in for the kids that we had.
Oh, nice.
We had Magic Rachel. She came in and did the clown show. And we had a Polar Express gentleman come in and do a whole play. A really great stuff, great kids. Really just enjoying their time at program during school break where their parents have to work.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Love that. And so do you have day programs for different age groups?
Yes. So we have our Club Atlas program is 21 and above. It's Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock. We have our Club Aspire program, which is our younger kids from 6 to 21. But then we also have the adult supplemental day program from 21 and above, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6.
So another interesting program that Deb was trying to put together, I don't know what happened with it, but I love the idea of it because nobody's doing it. And that was taking, the younger adult children, like 18 to 30, and teaching them how to date. Because the autistic population are very kind of, I guess you could use the word narcissistic, but for want of a better word, it's all about them.
Right.
And it's not because they are narcissistic, it's just the effects of what the spectrum they're on.
Yes.
So they teach them how to have a conversation with somebody of the opposite sex, to have a date, to find out what they like, not so much about you.
Exactly.
And it's really, they have little thing in their ear that they talk to them while they're on this, mimicking a date.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So I love that idea. Maybe Greystone wants to pick it up since they're not doing it right now.
Could be, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll bounce it off those important people's ears to see.
You're the important people.
We do though. It is, they don't get that. It's not like,
Right.
They're not going to go out on a date when they get home, and someone needs to teach them that.
Exactly.
So.
And they learn very quickly this populace. We had a young girl who was on Bridges with us, Natalia, who I'm like crazy about. We call her the mayor. And she was dating somebody for a while, and she's like, yeah, it didn't work out. I go, I understand. Believe me, we all been through it. But she's just wonderful. And just the pureness of the intention is so wonderful with people on these spectrums. It's just amazing to be with them and work with them. It's like a whole different aspect in life.
Yes. Yeah. There's so many different things to do. We're looking at some therapeutic endeavors for 2024.
Oh.
We have a new art director is coming in.
That's so important.
Yeah, she does art classes in our Dutchess County and our Orange County locations for the kids and the adults.
What's her name?
Melissa Whitty. She was a former staff of ours, our QI director, and now she's doing art.
I love it. And very important. The arts really bring out the best in people. Yes. I know when Xylophone was on, they did plays. The kids were phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. We actually just did our Christmas show.
Oh, did you?
We just did it December. It was great. We did a Christmas show this year. We did a talent show. We did an art show.
See, those are wonderful. Yeah. And it's great for the parents, too.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a great time. We're also looking, we just received a grant for $5,000 to do gardening. So I'm going to get some hydroponic gardening.
I love it.
And create one big classroom that's all like, we have our sensory room. We're going to do, our art therapy in there, our music therapy. It's going to be our therapeutic room. And
it's the artsy room.
It's the artsy room. So
maybe plant some vegetables like peppers or tomatoes or rosemary or...
We're looking to do, those ones that we can. And then once spring hits, we're actually going to do our outdoor garden.
Oh, I love it.
So we're looking to get a lot of fun things going.
Well, if any gardeners or farmers are listening and you want to donate to this program, they'll be more than happy to take any kind of little plants or seedlings or however you want to do it.
Some assistance, some education, anything you want to provide to us. We appreciate
and actually connect with, I should connect you with Mary Ulrich, who is the head of agriculture at Cornell Cooperative Extension. She has a show with us every week.
Perfect.
And I think that she would love to be involved with that. So I'm going to connect you with her.
Thank you.
Yeah, because they have gardeners that go out and talk to people all the time. We've had them on the air. It's wonderful. It really is. So, And so what other programs are you looking at in the future?
So we're looking, like I said, we're looking to expand Orange County with employment services. So community-based pre-voc. Again, that's where they're learning some soft skills to then go out and get a job. And then supportive employment. So if an individual already has a job and they're working with an agency and maybe they lost their job or they're looking to change agencies, they can come along into our supportive employment program. That program is basically, if they're at the point where they can get a job, we find them a job, and then they have a job coach. The job coach checks in on them, every week. And then it just spreads out. As the more independent they get, it's a month-to-month check-in.
Yeah, and also it gives them that self-confidence. There's nothing more important than self-confidence.
Exactly. Working, finding a job, just being like, their brothers, their sisters, their parents, they're either going to college or they're coming to a day program or they're going to get a job.
Yeah.
They want to make that paycheck.
We have about a minute left, so I want you to tell everybody how they can reach out to you for whatever it may be, for information. Maybe if they have somebody that they want to have in a program. They're not sure which program or which age group. And then also people who are looking for employment or people who want to donate or people who want to volunteer. You have so many different avenues.
So there's so many different options there. I'm definitely the person for intake. They can reach out on the website, so greystoneprograms.org. They can find me under community services. If you go under the directory, you'll see all the staff's pictures and then the phone number and contact as well as the email address is all provided.
Wonderful. I love the work you're all doing. It's so needed and it brings so much richness to everyday life.
Yeah, it's great. I always try to accommodate and help the families out. So if something is not something we normally do, I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, always we ask that at the station of our listeners. If you have an idea you think for a show that you want us to do, send it to us. We're open to suggestions all the time. Like your clients are the people that come to you, ours are the listeners, and we want to make them happy. I mean, if there's something we don't have on the air, please let me know. Although we're the only station left in the United States that does live local call-in shows.
Oh, I love this. This is my favorite thing, the radio show. I've been with Greystone almost 2 years, and I've been on the radio 5 times, and I really enjoy it every time.
It's great because it gives you a chance to, and I tell people it's not a privilege. It's not an entitlement. It's a privilege to be on the air. You get to share good information with people and help them out. I had a listener not long ago say to me, where can you go to get a doctor on from St. Anthony, or you get programs on with people like Greystone where you can find out for things for your kids, and on and on. We have a Tech It Out guy. We have, the lawyer guy who'll be here at 12 o'clock. I mean, it's just phenomenal to be able to give that out to the community. And plus, we want people to be alert to who's being elected or who's running for office. You're going to hear people instead of reading it somewhere, which may not be their words. You'll hear firsthand.
Right.
We had on this morning, because we do an Our Town segment, every morning, the first 4 weeks of the month. And we had Pete Sirigliano, who's the new Commissioner of Emergency Management for the whole county.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, talking about the 911 center and all the programs that are coming. So we give people a chance to hear. You're paying for all these services, and you're going to hear Darcy Miller's on with us, the Commissioner of Mental Health and Social Services, Anne Marie Maglione. We all of them, the Sheriff, Paul Arteta, Steve Newhouse, county
Everybody.
exec,
It's great to be able to
everybody.
listen to them because who has the time to read something?
Yeah, and not only
so
that, but
busy.
you're going to hear it from them firsthand.
Exactly.
It's not going to be, you know, what I know somebody's grandmother used to call a bubba-mincer, which is like, you know, chatter. But anyway, thank you so much
Thank
for
you very
coming
much.
in. I really appreciate it. Just a lot of great information. Again, greystoneprograms.org. Go check it out. Make sure that you want to volunteer. Go check out and see what they have, or you need a job, or there's somebody you know who wants to be part of the program. Thank you so much,
you.
everybody. Stay tuned for Bridges.